Eddie Davis plays the jazz tenor saxophone. He would bite down hard on the mouthpiece. This is how he gets the nickname Lockjaw, later shortened to Jaws. He recorded an album in 1958 called Jaws. In 1961, he records another album called Blues Up and Down. You can do a YouTube search and find his music and listen to it all you want. I wish I could bring his music in on this video, but YouTube won't allow me to do it. Eddie dies of cancer in 1986. He died in Culver City, California, but he's buried right here in Las Vegas. Okay, next up is singer Joe Williams. They have this bench in his memory, and he's behind the locked door here in the mausoleum. They gave me a key. You know, being here so much that they're sick of me asking, so they made me a key. And Joe's straight back here. Joe Williams is known as the master of jazz, blues, and ballads. He sang with big bands such as Count Basie Orchestra and the Lionel Hampton Orchestra. Sometimes he worked as an actor. He was in the movie The Moonshine War. This came out in 1970. You might remember him playing Grandpa Al in 4 episodes of The Bill Cosby Show in 1985. Later in life, he works in the clubs here in Las Vegas. Williams worked right up to his death at age 80. He dies of natural causes here in Las Vegas. This is the unmarked grave of Mary Healy. She's buried next to her husband, Peter Lind Hayes. She was an actress and a singer. You may remember the commercial, See the USA in a Chevrolet. This was her and her husband doing the commercial jingle. This is before Dinah Shore started doing it. She wins first place as Miss New Orleans beauty pageant as a teen. In 1942, she appears in the film The Yanks Are Coming. Also co-stars with her husband in the film The 5,000 Fingers of Dr. T. This is in 1953. She dies of natural causes in 2015. Why it's unmarked, I don't know. Deloris Fuller was an actress and a songwriter. She was probably a better songwriter than an actress, had much more success writing songs. She writes 12 songs for Elvis Presley that he sang in his movies. She wrote Spin Out in the movie Spin Out. This came out in 1962. She writes Do the Clam from Girl Happy, a 1965 movie. She also writes songs for Nat King Cole and Peggy Lee. We're still Palm Memorial Park, Las Vegas. I'd like to remind everyone that you can go to YouTube, do a search, and listen to the music of any of these gravesite visits. We're coming upon the grave location of Ronnie Gaylord, and I apologize for the shadow. I just can't seem to move the sun to the other side at the moment. Ronnie is best known as a member of the band of the Gaylords. They have hits with Tell Me You're Mine, which peaked at number 2 in 1952, sells 1.2 million copies. They also have a hit with A Little Shoemaker, among others. Ronnie appears on The Flip Wilson Show, The Johnny Carson Show, and several others. He died January 25th, 2004, from an 8-year battle of cancer, which he hid from everyone, including his wife. He moved to Las Vegas in 1959 and stayed until his death. Coming up next, we have a local guy. He attends high school here at Chaparral. Sorry for the shadow. He also gets a bachelor's degree from UNLV here locally, a bachelor's degree in film. He plays on the album, the Killers album, Sam's Town, and Day and Age. While in high school, he works as a fashion model for Tommy Hilfiger and Jaguar. A young man with a lot on the ball. Sadly, he was found dead in his Las Vegas home as a result of a gunshot wound. The coroner rules it as self-inflicted. We're now at the grave location of Marvin Koral. We're here at the Southern Nevada Veterans Memorial Cemetery. Marvin was another jazz musician. He plays the alto sax. He was a band leader of Marvin Koral and his All-Stars. They would work the Las Vegas Strip. He worked in the past with Frank Sinatra, Woody Herman, Buddy Rich, and Quincy Jones. He also worked in the Johnny Haig Orchestra and the Harry James Band. He dies here in Las Vegas at the age of 79. Now we're coming up on the grave of Ray Pollard Sr. Ray was a rhythm and blues singer. He also did doo-wop. He's best known as the lead singer of the Wanderers. Has hit records with The Drifter and This Is No Laughing Matter. Later in his career, he performs in lounge acts on the Las Vegas Strip. You know, if you have gains, you just gotta sell. We're at the grave location of Phyllis and Christine McGuire. The third sister, Dorothy, is buried in Paradise Valley, Arizona. During the 60s, the sisters stay very busy performing on the Ed Sullivan Show, the Dean Martin Show, and the Red Skelton Show, among others. They also performed for 5 presidents during their career. Phyllis, the most popular, had an alleged relationship with Sam Giancana, but she denies this during a Barbara Walters interview. Well, this wraps up part 3. Thanks for dropping by. If you haven't watched part 1 and part 2, please do so. Also, if you would subscribe, it would just mean the world to me. Everyone needs to be remembered.